You know, I've seen a game of chess break out into a fist fight, but I have never seen a fist fight break into a game of chess. Until now. Chess, a thinking man's game of skill, strategy, and intellect. Boxing, a violent game filled with bloody punches, swollen eyes, and concussions. Naturally, it was just a matter of time until somebody combined the two. Welcome to chess boxing. And no, we're not making this up. Chess boxing is exactly what it sounds like. It's a sport that combines using your head for complex strategy and using your head as a punching bag. And it's sweeping Europe. For real. One man believes it's time this explosive combo of board game and blows to the head makes it big in America.
I'm David Deptoe, and I represent the United States in a new sport in Europe called chess boxing.
David is the #1 ranked chess boxer in the U.S. and the only chess boxer in the U.S.
I will bring chess boxing to the U.S., and I will bring the title with me.
Having a hard time wrapping your mind around how chess boxing works? Well, listen up.
You come to the ring just like a boxing match. You're already warm and loose, and they put a chessboard in the middle of the ring. And the bell rings, you sit down, actually put on some noise-canceling headphones because they don't want anyone to get advice from the crowd. And you play your 4-minute round of chess. When the bell rings, you go back to your corner, they put the gloves on and your mouthpiece in, and you box for a round. Round 3, you go back to the same game of chess, and it continues like that until winner's determined by checkmate or knockout. A lot of people kind of laugh at the combination, but there's really a lot to it. You have to come out of a boxing round with your adrenaline pumping, with your lungs burning, and then be able to slow your heart rate down and really concentrate on a complicated game. That makes it a lot of fun.
David learned to play chess as a kid. Then when he turned 16, he took up boxing and fell in love with the sport. But his dreams of making it big as a pro never panned out.
Once I kind of decided that I wasn't going to be rich and famous as a pro fighter, I decided to just make it a hobby. Well, along that time, I saw a clip about chess boxing. They were looking for American fighters, you know, this new sport that had debuted in Europe, and I guess I kind of thought I fit the mold.
Since chess boxing doesn't currently exist in the U.S., neither do chess boxing coaches. So David managed to recruit Jack for the brawn and Anthony for the brains. Two men with nothing in common but the fact they thought chess boxing was just plain weird.
My opinion of chess boxing at first was I was kind of a little skeptical. It seemed like a gimmicky thing.
I felt it was very weird, especially considering that you're in the ring for a few minutes and then you have to make a mental adjustment to play chess.
Nevertheless, they all joined forces to produce the best and biggest chess boxer in America, even if he is the only one.
Working with David, he's doing so well at it, and because he's equally passionate about both areas, the chess and the boxing, it's just a real pleasure to work with him.
He was a very serious person in terms of being a sportsman, so I understood that his approach would be a very good approach in terms of the chess side.
When you combine chess and boxing, I think there's very few people with those types of skill sets, both at a high level. It's really exciting to get in there and do some things that I know most people couldn't.
When I'm training David, he's so strong and powerful, and he's a knockout type of artist. What I like to try to do is make him fight a little bit more like a middleweight, more speed and accuracy, setting his opponent up before he just tries to knock him out altogether.
Time. Once he's done getting his head beat in, time for some deep thinking.
Preparation for chess is very similar to playing football and looking at game tape. We look at typical positions that he may or may not encounter. Once you castle, your rooks will combine on the queen side.
I see what I feel like is a fairly intuitive move.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I'm not sure whether David completely understands what's going on, but then none of us do. Did you think about this?
I hadn't gotten that far ahead.
But don't underestimate the physical side of chess.
One of the things I really work with David on is keeping his facial gestures to a minimum.
I think I have a pretty decent poker face, you know, I don't know.
Chess players are trained not to show any reactions to anything. They try to limit the tells to nothing. But every player has their little things that go on, especially when they make a mistake.
You have to keep your cool. I mean, you can It's probably worse to not keep your cool than it is to lose focus a little bit, because even if you put yourself in a bad position or you do something stupid, you can extend your chances or find a way out.
Chess boxing has a motto. Fighting is done in the ring and wars are waged on the board. But bodily fluids know no bounds.
One of the real interesting images in chess boxing is you can come out of a really intense round of boxing, sit down here over a chessboard and have blood dripping out of your nose on the board or sweat rolling off your face, you know, and it happens. It's kind of funny to see a drop of blood on a chessboard, you know?
If David's dream comes true, bloody chessboards will soon be sweeping the nation. He even hopes to have chess boxing in the Olympics in the next decade.
Oh, I think David's going to be the champion of the world in this chess boxing new sport, and he'll probably remain there for at least 15 years.
For all you people out there that think this is just a novelty, I have one piece of advice. Try it.